I have the honor of presenting this year's Wendy B. McDonald Award, which is also made possible by your generous contributions. In 2014, the Foundation established the Wendy B. McDonald Award to honor Mrs. Mack as one of the true female pioneers in the power transmission motion control distribution industry. This award acknowledges a woman who has established herself as a critical contributor to her company's success and effected change within the power transmission motion control industry. It is our honor to introduce this year's recipient, Sandy Sullivan. Sandy, will you please join us on the stage? Sandy joined Nidec Motor Corporation, U.S. Motors, in 2003, succeeding in roles in business development, to market manager, to regional sales manager, to national account director. During her 16 years, Sandy established herself as a critical contributor to her company's success, as well as the distributors she worked with. During her time at Nidec, Sandy's role was to increase market share through distribution. To be successful in this role, one has to earn the support from field sales, management, and production, which Sandy was able to do seamlessly. Sandy's work ethic was to do whatever it takes to help solve an issue for her customer. Through the valuable relationship she built at corporate, national account, and branch levels, Sandy helped build and sustain a solid business channel for Nidec. Sandy has also given back to the PT industry through her involvement with PTDA since 2008. She has served on a variety of committees and task forces, include chairing the Communications Committee, where I served under you, co-chairing the Industry Summit Planning Committee, and serving as chair of the Manufacturer Council earlier this year. Sandy's commitment to the industry evolved from being one of the few females in upper management. Sandy's Nidec colleague, Brian Carr, market manager, wrote, "Sandy has been instrumental in raising the awareness of women in the industry. She helped launch the Women in the Industry Networking Group to take on initiatives to not only support the women currently in the PT industry, but also recruit and mentor young women to be excited about starting a career in industrial distribution." In nominating Sandy for the award, Charlene Burgess, Motion Industries branch manager, wrote, "Sandy Sullivan embodies the spirit that Mrs. Wendy McDonald brought to her career. They are both women who have pursued a challenge of developing a fruitful career in a technical industry and succeeded through personal relationships and perseverance, while also giving back to make the entire industry better. Please join me in congratulating Sandy Sullivan."
Thank you. I wish I had had the opportunity to meet Wendy McDonald. She was a remarkable woman who accomplished so much both professionally and personally. After reading her book, You Got That Right, I was struck by the culture she created at BC Bearing. Genuine was a term used many times to describe her. Her advice was this: if you do what you love with passion and perseverance, you will go far. Keeping a positive attitude and never giving up was how she lived her life and how I try to live mine. I am humbled to stand in front of you this morning, and I want to give a special thanks to the PTDA Foundation for this award. A special thanks to Nidec management and my coworkers for all the support you have given me during my 16 years. I also want to thank my family, who's always encouraged me to do my best, and to my husband, Mark, who stood by my side for 31 years. I was not going to cry. I became involved in PTDA 10 years ago to build stronger relationships with our distributors, but got so much more out of it. I had never imagined that the relationships I would form with both distributors and manufacturers from working on various committees would not only benefit me in my career, but also me personally. For those of you in the room who have been on committees with me, you know one of my favorite things as an icebreaker to do is to have everyone speak on how they started working in the PT industry. 99% of the time, it was not a dream they had when they were little, or something they even thought about in college. If you would have told me in my 20s that I was going to have a successful career selling electric motors, I would have told you you were crazy. I'm in the PT industry today because Emerson looked outside the typical pool of applicants and hired a female without an engineering background who had no product knowledge of electric motors. What they could see was my passion for selling. My boss at the time figured that you can teach someone product knowledge, but not enthusiasm and the drive to sell. I am proud to have been a member of the PTDA Women in the Industry community. It started out as a very small group of women meeting informally for happy hour twice a year and turned into so much more. The Women in the Industry group holds quarterly conference calls for frank and open discussions about succeeding as a woman in the power industry, motion control industry. Mentoring opportunities and enhanced professional connections are additional benefits. I would encourage all the women in this room to sign up for the next conference call on November 20th. The topic is always picked by the women that are on the calls, and this one is the power of the pack, supporting other women in the industry. So I thought about what I wanted this group to take away and remember from this very short speech. So what I want everyone to do right now is to think about what you personally could do to inspire or mentor a female in the PT industry. It might be sending a handwritten note to a new female employee, welcoming them to the team, or encouraging a female coworker to tackle a difficult problem in your company with your support, or expanding the pool of qualified candidates to include a female with skills you are looking for outside the industry. If everyone in this room takes 10 minutes next week to think about one thing they could do to influence a woman in the PT industry and then act on it, our industry will be stronger, better off. So right now, I know this is going to be difficult, but I would like everyone to take their phones out. Come on, I'm looking. And I'd like you to put a reminder on your calendar for next Friday at 7:50 a.m. and title it, "What Can I Do to Make a Difference?" and then act on it. I'll wait till you're done and then put your phones down because I have one more thing to say. So I'm going to leave you with this morning. The theme song you heard when I was walking on stage is called "It's Good to Be Alive" by Andy Grammer. Many of you know that after 5 cancer-free years, I had my second reoccurrence with ovarian cancer last year right after the summit. I finished surgery and another successful round of chemo, and I'm good. So thank you. I am so fortunate to be alive and with you all today to thank you in person for this incredible honor. To quote Wendy McDonald, let's be sure to enjoy every minute of the journey together. Thank you.